Well, good afternoon, everyone, on this bright, sunshiny day. I'm so glad the sun is out. It is still cold, though, nevertheless. Oh, that's the end of the meeting. No, just kidding. Okay. I want to clear up some roles for today. And it looks like Justin has done some homework here and have them all filled out.
Unless you want to take one from me.
Oh, yeah, your name is on a lot. So,
Buffy's sick, so I figured,
yeah.
or not sick, but
Yeah.
recovering.
Yeah.
She's recovering.
I can't talk a lot without
Oh,
coughing.
okay. You're an evaluator and you're the general evaluator. So which one of those do you want to?
I will evaluate, Dawn.
Okay, then I'll be the general
Okay,
evaluator.
perfect.
Awesome. Okay, so let's start out with some levity. I hear there's a joke a brewing.
Right, thank you.
Mhm.
Well, I can't take my dog to the dog park because the ducks keep trying to attack him. I should not have purchased a purebred.
Okay.
That's really bad.
You got to have another one now.
I do. What happens when you pamper a cow too much?
Calm down.
I don't know. I'm looking at the things that we associate with cows.
It's utterly bad.
You get spoiled milk.
Oh.
Okay, one more.
One more. What is a flea's favorite way to travel?
It half lie.
Itch hiking.
Carry on.
Hitchhiking.
Oh, what did you say now?
Hitchhiking.
Yes, carry on.
Carry
Oh,
on.
that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yep.
I think you redeemed yourself.
Yeah.
Redeemed yourself. Okay, that's great. That's great.
Purebred.
That's great. And it looks like we have one. Oh, before I go into the speakers, let's do some role announcements and tell us what your role entails. We just heard from the joke master. Now let's hear from our table topics master, and it looks like that's Buffy.
Me. Try and do this without my glasses on, because they get zoomed up real fast. Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Our table topics master calls on several members, or they volunteer, to deliver a 1 to 2 minute impromptu talk. I will have a random topic pulled from the random topic file. And so you get surprised. The first person gets surprised. Sometimes we go and everybody wants to talk about it, and other times it's a new topic. It's 1 to 2 minutes, and this role is introduced by, says the Toastmaster. So that's about it.
All
Okay.
right, thank you, thank you.
So, sorry, I wasn't timing you, but you did it under 2 minutes. So was that supposed to be timed?
No,
Oh,
the
okay.
only roles you are to time are the speeches, the table topics, once they actually do the table
Okay.
topics, the evaluators, all the evaluators. So
Okay.
whoever evaluates a speech and the general evaluator. So table topics, speeches, evaluations.
Oh, I see. I wrote 2 minutes because part of what you were saying, you were letting people know.
That's what the
Yeah.
So
top-
she was
table
defining,
topics.
defining her role.
Right.
Her role. Thank you so much. And while you're at it, Ruth, how about you explain the role of the timer? And
Okay.
thank you for taking that again.
Okay, yeah, I have to start really small, and I welcome coaching and reminders. It's been a long, long time for me. Greetings, Madam Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters. As the timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I'll also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ruth. All right. And the next role is the role, looks like you have 2 roles, Buffy. The role of the agrammarian
Agrammarian.
also.
Yes, thank you,
Mhm.
Madam Toastmaster. The agrammarian keeps track of incorrect and particularly good uses of grammar. And I'm supposed to have picked a word.
Dictionary.com is good. For like a quick word on the fly.
Word of the day.
Mm.
Of course, can't read it. Oh, we just had that one. Well, knackered is the word of the day. Knackered, which means very tired or exhausted. You can't
How do
be
you spell that again?
Knackered. And you can't be knacked. It's full. I was knackered.
Sounds like smacked. No.
Yeah.
Knackered.
It's a new one for me.
Awesome. I sense that because of whatever it is that's going on in my body, I do feel a bit knackered, and the lack of sleep also contributes to my knackered.
My knackerishness.
Knackerishness, knackery,
Yeah.
all the iterations of knack. All right. Awesome. I believe we've covered, except the general evaluator, which is now moi. The general evaluator will evaluate the overall flow of the meeting and specifically evaluate the evaluators. And with that being said, now's the time for our speech. Our speeches. Looks like we have one today, and the evaluator is Justin. Justin, welcome. Look at this.
Thank you. Well, today I'm looking forward to hearing speech by Don. Given a few speeches, and you do a great job. I always look forward to hearing your speeches, Don. And your speech today is titled "Fractured." Fractured by Don.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it. Okay, so you mind if I interrupt? So I did time it.
Oh, just
It-
him.
was that
Actually,
just
when
him.
He hasn't
when he
spoken.
starts talking.
So I wasn't supposed to
No,
talk to
correct.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good question. Good question.
The second Don starts talking, then we
And can you turn him up at all?
probably go ahead.
We're gonna turn the volume up a bit, Don, and then you
Okay.
can get started.
Yeah, I'll start. Okay.
Audio.
Hello, hello. Test, test.
Try that.
Hello, test, test.
Much better. Thank you.
All right. Fracture. I wasn't always that way. When I was a child, I was the most active kid that you can imagine. I used to play basketball, baseball, stickball, football, ball. Anything that had to do with a ball, I played. Even in my 20s, I played organized sports like football. I ran track and field. And any chance I get, I try to play ball. And that even happened in my 20s when I was considered an adult. I find recreational leagues and play softball, basketball, whatever. I used to be very active. As I progressed in life, at one point in my 30s, I said, wow, I can't believe I haven't fractured a bone. Well, I must have not knocked on wood. I must have forgot to knock on wood because event after event after event, I broke bones. It started at 34. Started as simple as a fractured finger. First, I thought it was just a sprain, and I went on about my day, you know? Then I decided to go get x-rays, and guess what? Fracture. Sure, it counts, because this was the beginning of my fracture story. 35 this time. I broke a bone in my foot jumping off of one step. Can you believe of all the things I've done in my life, one step took me out. I rolled my foot and it was a lot of pain, but you know what? It was just sprain, right? Because things like that don't happen to me, right? Yeah, I was in denial. I was in so much denial that I walked it off for 3 months. And then the pain became intolerable, and I was like, I need to go get this checked. Got x-rays, and you guessed it, fracture. And I was rewarded with surgery. Yeah, so flash forward a little bit more to age 39. I decided to take my daughter, my youngest daughter, she's probably about 4 or 5 at the time, to DeFi. And if you don't know what DeFi is, it's a trampoline park in Olympia. Oh man, I had a time of my life. I was jumping. I felt like a kid again. I was doing flips again. I had to show those kids, right? So I decided to execute one of my famous flips from when I was a kid, a front flip. So I did the front flip. Oh man, I landed perfectly flat on the trampoline, and execution was 10 out of 10. But I was like, you know what? I can go a little bit higher and show these kids, right? Jumped a little bit higher. This time, I did land flat on my foot, but I heard the crack, crack, crack. It was only a sprain, right? Right? Yeah, this time I didn't wait 3 months. I went straight to ortho, and you guessed it, fracture. That was the moment I started to realize I lost my invincibility. And of course, it doesn't stop there because it's 2026. I'm 42 years old. And once again, I'm fractured. But let me tell you the story first. This time, I decided to take my oldest daughter up to the mountains to snowboard, teach the kid a few things, right? Like I used to when I was a kid. Oh man, I was gliding down that mountain. I decided to go in between some trees like I used to, slip, fell, smack dead into a tree. Ouch! It was so painful. Pain shot right up my ankle, all the way up my leg. My daughter ran over to me. She was like, Dad, you're okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good. It's just a sprain, right? So the moral of this story is this. You can't beat Father Time. And it's no matter how much you run away from it or run away from him, he'll catch up to you. And if you don't accept that fact, you too may be fractured. Thank you. I can't hear you guys.
Okay, yeah. Can you hear us
I
now?
can hear you guys now. Yep.
Awesome. What an amazing story. I was ouching along the way. Along the way. I didn't know the finale was going to be a recent story. So thank you so much for sharing it. All right. Now we are at the time of our meeting where we will go to our table topics.
All right.
And we'll have Miss Buffy come up and give us our table topic.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Again, thank you all of you Toastmasters and honored guest. Just no way to do this. Work fast here. Table topic. What question? Oh, who'd like to volunteer to start with?
Okay.
Ruth?
Yeah, I'll take a chance. Okay. It's 1 to 2 minutes, right? So,
Yeah, you want to pass your timing equipment to
Yeah, I
Justin?
can time for you.
oh, you have stopwatch?
Yes, I do. Yep. Yeah.
Oh. Is there protocol in?
Come on up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spotlight turns on.
Actually, I want
We actually do a fist bump when you step up. Say thank you for saying yes to this.
And I really don't remember how we do this. Will you give me the topic or questions?
I give you a topic.
Okay.
Yes. And you get to watch Justin for your timing.
You can answer however you want.
You don't have to tell the truth. It can be a complete fictitious story, but you can also tell your
No,
story.
this is good. This is really what I need. Because I need some discipline on timing myself and relaxing. So I'll just talk.
All right.
Okay.
What one question would you ask a psychic about the future?
Do I have like 20 seconds to think first?
Take your time. Yeah.
One question where I ask a psych about the future. Okay. I have become very, very interested in quantum theory. I'm not a scientist, and most of what I know is watching TV with what's his name? Dyson. I love him and I can't remember his name. And why I'm interested in that is because in my own life, I have had experiences that are unexplainable. And so one thing right now that is intriguing to me is quantum entanglement. And quantum entanglement, from my very superficial understanding, is two particles. Scientists are somehow able to observe two particles that could be miles, billions of miles apart from each other. But if you interact with one of them and the behavior changes on that one, the behavior on another particle that's entangled with this particle will also behave similarly. So they're acting together no matter what the amount of space is. And what that is for me, it's like it's a wonder. And I know in my life I've had premonitions and dreams that come true. And what it says to me is that there really is no space and time. And the more scientists explore quantum mechanics, the more that is validated. Am I done?
Red,
Got
you're
one.
done.
Red's done.
Red is done. So I guess what would I ask the psychic about the future? So will we finally know that there is no such thing as space and time? And will we come as human beings to get it, to understand it? Because right now, I don't think we actually have the brain capacity to understand that idea. Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you.
There's your time to document.
Would anyone else like to tackle this question?
Thank you.
Hate for one of them.
Would you like to try it?
Unless you got another one.
I can give you another one.
I don't have to think about.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
Catch me off guard.
If you were to own a fabulously impractical car, what car would it be?
That is a great question. If I were to be able to own a fabulously impractical car, what car would that? There's so many impractical cars out there. I've always liked the Lamborghinis. There's all these fancy cars, but when I was a kid, that was the coolest car on the road. That would be my impractical car that I would own. And the reason it's impractical is I don't know that they have a trunk. Has anybody seen a Lamborghini with a trunk?
It's too small.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're too small.
Or a glove box.
They're probably a glove box, and they're probably super fast and not very comfortable. Got a little sports car my wife and I got recently, and they're really not that comfortable. It's fast and fun, but if you're going to Portland, it is not so comfortable anymore. A little sport ride, tires bouncy. We got a nice big SUV, very comfortable. And after drive going from one to the other. Lamborghinis probably feel the same way because they're designed so you can hug the road.
Mm.
And I did see the other day where a Lamborghini raced a track car, a race car. And he gave him a good head start, and the race car caught up to him and passed him. So even though they're fast, cannot keep up with the track cars. It'd be a fun car to have. Lost speeding tickets if they can catch me.
Oh, we're done?
Thank you, Justin. Fabulous car.
1:32.
Anybody?
You'll give those reports at the end.
No, no takers?
No.
Kathy, would you like to give us an impromptu
Sure.
table topics?
Give me some.
We've read those. Who do you think is the most important person alive today? Who do you think is the most important person alive today?
Ooh, most important person alive today for me in my life is my mother. Because she has so much wisdom, so much history that I am still mining all of that information, hopefully to create a book for her. She wants to write her own book, but she never graduated from high school, but she is very smart, very smart. She assisted my father in graduating. Every day I hear about something new from her lineage. I hear something new about her grandparents. I hear something new about her parents. I hear something new about other relatives. There's just so much intrigue. And I think that's lost on our generation, gleaning that knowledge and wisdom from the next generation. I say next generation because I'm in my 60s, my mother's in her 80s. We still have relatives that are approaching 100. And those people who have that knowledge, they want to be able to share it. And oftentimes they don't get those opportunities. So I want to help her share her wisdom because she is the most important person alive today in my life. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dom, do you want to take on a topic?
Sure, let's do
All
it.
right. Oh, some of these are, like dissertations. This one I would do, but you just already gave it in your talk. Gosh.
Are you trying to find the hard one, huh?
Here's a question apropos, Don. If you lived to be 100, would it be more important to have a sharp mind or a fit body?
Good question.
That is a good question, Buffy. Would I rather have a sharp mind or a fit body? I think I lean more towards having a sharp mind because I think the mind is a very, very powerful tool. Um, the body has limitations and always will have limitations, as I know, right? So, but I could continue to live my life, through my mind, and the things that I think about. Um, Having a sharp mind is life itself. So that seems like it would be prolonging, what I have here in life, So the sharp mind is definitely something I'd rather have than a fit body because what's a fit body that when you don't have a sharp mind? I don't know. It's just a piece of meat, right? So so to answer your question, Buffy, I most definitely rather have a sharp mind than a fit body.
Thank you.
Have time for another round if you want.
Certainly. I'm not going to try and give a talk because I
Yeah, we have 3 minutes still.
can't string my words together.
You want to go again, Ruth?
Sure. Okay.
You're getting double The value.
Good, I knew the practice.
Double the value.
Practice.
All right. Thank you for,
Oh, do I have to?
thank you for your willing victimhood. All right. So what does your perfect day look like?
Okay. What does my perfect day look like? So right now I've been teaching, I'm an artist and I've been teaching kids and there are days that I've been teaching at the Y and I've been teaching at my temple and also working on my art. And there are days where I'll go to teach and it's like, I don't wanna, we're talking about being exhausted. What's the word?
Knackered.
I'm knackered, snacked. Give me the word.
Knackered.
I'm knackered. I don't want to go, but I can be with those kids. And sometimes I just have to look at their faces and they just lift me.
Mhm.
And I come home and I said, I'm so grateful. That was just perfect. I have so much gratitude. Just being with kids lifts me. And also I love their creativity and I have a structure where we play music and they're lifted and I'm lifted. This week I played reggae with Don't Worry, Be Happy. Everybody was happy. 12 kids in one of the classes. And I come home and I said, well, that was perfect. Thank you very, very much. So that's one example of what a perfect day looks like for me.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well said. Well said.
Time for one more.
One more.
What was the time? Yeah. Okay.
I'll go again.
Do you want that one?
Yeah.
Perfect day?
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
I'll do a new one. How about
New one?
Yeah. Keep it fresh. Need some impromptu.
The woods.
Want to get too knackered up here.
Right.
Which of your personality traits would you like to change the most? Or would you like most to change?
Which personality trait would I like the
Most
most
change.
to change? That is a great question because my personality trait that I would like to change the most is probably the introvertedness inside of myself.
Mhm.
In that sometimes I come across as cold or uncaring or distant. And that doesn't really go over well in certain situations around people in a group. At Toastmasters, people say, wow, this guy, what's wrong with him? There's nothing wrong with me. That's just my personality. It's something I have to change. I think about that, and it's good to remember that, being aware of it. So you can change it and take the steps to change that. At the same time, I also realize it takes all kinds of people to make the world go round. God made us all unique and different for one purpose or another. Everybody's outgoing and this, that. There's got to be different personality types for different people. Otherwise, if they're all the same, you can't. Just need their unique needs for different aspects of the world and places you're at. However, if I could change one thing, that part would be the one I would change.
That's it.
Thank you, sir. Well done.
Thank you, Miss Becky.
Turn the podium back to you, Madam Toastmaster. You're so
you.
welcome.
Appreciate those variety of topics.
Yes.
And although I felt knackered at the beginning, I feel empowered now, energetic, full of energy. I love how you said, Ruth, that you came alive, like when you looked at their faces.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have no inhibitions. They are real, raw,
Pure.
and
Just-
relevant.
It's pure. You just
Yeah.
look at their face and yeah.
Yes, love it, love it, love it. Now we're at the time for our evaluator to evaluate our speaker today. So we're going to call Justin back up to evaluate Don's speech.
Hi, thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guest. I am here
1 to
2 to 3.
2 to 3.
I'm here to evaluate Don's excellent speech. I'm going to use the evaluation resource you can find on our website for general overall speech evaluation. Don, I'm going to go through it to challenge yourself, you may want to work on, and you excelled at, and give you the best stuff last. It was a very good speech, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Some things worst to best. That's where I'm working. So let me focus on that. I did notice that a couple spots towards the beginning. I noticed I was struggling hearing the enunciation of words. And then towards the end, they became clear. I might work on to challenge yourself, the enunciation in a couple spots. As far as, oh, in a couple spot, there's one spot you repeated up to and then up to the mountains. There's a little repeat there. And also maybe something you might want to work on is the background as you're online. You have a nice background, but maybe consider more. It does maybe look like it was for sports, maybe, but maybe consider more of a background that goes along with the speech you're giving online. And as far as you excelled at, you did a lot of good things. You gave a good intro. You captivated me with ball, ball, ball. You had a good storyline throughout the whole speech. You gave us some good mental imagery when you said ball, ball, ball. You repeated that and it really stuck in my head. So I was able to picture that flow throughout the whole speech. You gave a good beginning. The title matched really well with the story. The fractured went along very well with the whole speech that you gave. I like the way you said that you walked it off for 3 months. You had good hand image. When you said one step, you fell down. Your hand were good. Your eye-hand coordination with what you're talking about and what was going on in the speech was really good. You were looking at the camera the whole time. You had good facial expressions, good vocal variety. Those are very good things you had today. And then at the end of the story, there's a very good moral to the story, that Father Time knows no boundaries. But I really enjoyed the speech, Don. Nice job. Did a great job online. And I look forward to more speeches that you could give here.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. Love evaluations. It gives us an opportunity to hear what we might have seen as well in the speaker. I will start my general evaluation by the meeting. I came in right at the start time and I am the Toastmaster. Don't want to do that. However, that is something in the future I will attempt to avoid. Just couldn't today, but that having said that, I was prepared because Justin filled out all the roles. So what a team player. I mean, this club does just that. I mean, that was amazing to have every role was filled. Now, some people had double roles, like everybody except Ruth. Well, I don't think you had a double role, did you? Yeah, almost everybody had double roles. So that being said, overall, great meeting, great camaraderie, great teamwork. Overall, great. Even table topics. I love the way the cards might seem a basic, but I love how you took the time not to just hand a card and pick it out. You took the time to deliberately find something that could be thought-provoking and speech-worthy. Now, for our evaluator, Justin, in your evaluation of Don's speech, I would offer this advice when you when you evaluate someone, it's always good to start with good and end with good, like a sandwich. Your evaluation technique was worse to better. That can work, but my advice, being someone who's received evaluation from people who start with worse, it's almost like a cringe. And then it's like, you ease up. So I would invest let me get my words together. I would advise to not approach it from that perspective. I call that a knackered perspective. I'm just getting the words in.
Yeah, I know. It's an effort. She gets an even.
Having said that, I love how you gave those points per point. That's very helpful to the speaker. the things that you pointed out that were good, great. The moral of the story, I didn't really catch that, and you caught that. That was really a CTA, a call to action. Moral to the story, we're aging. Excellent. Other helpful tools. I disagree about the background. I think the background was perfect because I do see a sports theme back there, but maybe it's hard to see because of the color. It is a bit dark, so maybe even a little light to help us see a little bit better.
Kind of like the lion's eyes over the
Yeah,
head there.
yeah. You have a lot of good imagery back there, a lot of good imagery, but it's kind of hard for us to distinguish without really focusing on that. And we want to focus on you as the speaker. Great speech, great speech. That's about only additional comment I would make for both speaker and evaluator. Now it will be time for our roles to call on our timer first. Ruth, can you give the times for our speeches
Yes.
today?
Okay. So Madam Toastmaster or Madam, oh, you're the Toastmaster, excuse me, Madam Toastmaster fellow, members. I'm stopping right now because, when I introduced the role, I read, the introduction here. I'm not gonna read the same, or is there protocol?
You're just gonna report
Okay.
everybody's times
Okay.
for the.
So I'm
roles
just
that they did, yeah.
reporting.
You
on
read
that.
your notes.
Okay, so, our first, I'm gonna start with our first speech. And, Don, your time on the first speech. Poor boy. Yeah, now I'm thinking you're all broken all over by, I think the bionic woman. Okay.
I'm broken.
5 minutes and 20 seconds. For table topics. I did 1 minute and 58 seconds. Justin, you on your first one, I'll give you both of them. First one you did 132, and the second one you did 108. And then Kathy, you did 114, 1 minute 14 seconds. And then Don, yours was 1 minute and 10 seconds. And for me, it was 118. And for the evaluations, Justin, your evaluation for Don was 2 minutes and 39 seconds. And Kathy, your evaluation for Justin was 3 minutes.
Great, great. I have a question, Ruth. Did you say Don's time was 5:20? Because I thought I heard you say 7.
Yes. In the beginning it was 5:20. He never made it to 7 minutes.
Oh,
Because I was first.
he doesn't
but
have
it-
to. It's 5 to 7.
I want to apologize to everybody and thank you for your patience. Because I'm still a little confused about,
You're the only one who's
Okay.
ever been confused by this.
no,
No, you're not.
all right.
I'm listening to the speech and then I'm like 10 minutes into it and I'm going, I was the timer.
Yeah,
Happens.
you get
It
into
happens.
it.
No, because I wasn't sure what, how much time he was allowed, and I was still looking at, well, when do I raise the green, the yellow, and the red? And the total amount for his whole speech, for your whole talk, was 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's good. You did good. You did good. All right, now for our Meridian report.
You, Madam Toastmaster? Very good.
Gotta breathe.
Gotta breathe, yeah. Don's talk, fractured, loved it, loved it, loved it. The play ball was great. As Justin pointed out, the alliteration's fabulous. The things that jumped out at me, knock on wood, be like a kid again, execution, 10 out of 10. Crack, crack, crack. Very, that one's like, I can
Ouch.
feel that, and I've never had a broken bone. Lost invincibility, father time, and you said 4 times in both speeches, in your table topic, and then that you had 2 yums, excuse me, and 2 yays. I got yay and yum and a. Wait, anyway. So that's Don. Kathy wins the prize for knackered.
Yeah.
Kathy had 4 knackards. She words that jumped out at me: lineage, intrigue, and gleaning knowledge. Lovely. Ruth, you had 7 ums.
Well, that's good for me.
Yeah, much better than me. And quantum entanglement, superficial understanding, no time and space. Don't worry, be happy, and come alive.
And what are those?
So those are just phrases and
Interesting
words that
phrases.
jumped out and catch the attention. So, nicely
Interesting.
words.
Yeah.
Justin, hug the road. And I don't know, evaluation, it says here, but I don't remember why I wrote that. You had no space savers that I could catch at all. So well done today. With that, I turn this back over to you,
Thank you.
Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Excellent. Very good.
That's not that hard. I could do that one again.
Good capture, really
Is
good.
it timekeeping?
No, you're done.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, we are done. So now we've officially completed our formal portion of our meeting. This is the time where we typically have our president come up and speak, but our president's not here. And when we go in chronological order, we do VPE next.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to speak on anything that's coming up, like the contest we just had or anything like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yep.
Did anybody go to that?
Robin won.
Robin won. I
didn't
didn't see anything about that. See one, but I didn't know what happened. Unless I heard they're short on judges, so they must have got enough judges, and just enough to pull it off.
Mhm. Yeah.
But unfortunately, I didn't have time to go. I'm knackered from working this weekend at my
Oh.
running some power lines to my daughter's well house.
Oh.
Shoveling.
Oh,
Running the power lines was easy. It was the shoveling in there.
Mm.
At least it's damp.
It did help, yeah. It was too damp. I was soaked. That was its crash.
Mhm.
Okay, so I didn't have any other news for that. We can fill our roles if anybody gonna be here next week.
I will.
I'll do the same. I'm on
Great.
hot topics and timekeeper.
Yeah, I like keeping it for at least a month, keeping the same activities.
Yeah.
I really get familiar with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kathy's gonna speak. Good. Feel like being a Toastmaster, Buffy?
He's like an agrarian.
I'm like an agrarian, but I'm not going to do Toastmaster. No,
Okay.
that's too. Actually, better look at my calendar.
You think you'll be around, Don? You want to fill a role?
Yeah, I should be around. What we got? So I could take general evaluator or Toastmaster if I'm there. If I'm there, I'll take Toastmaster, but I'm not gonna do it from here, obviously.
Okay. Did you say you'll be here to do Toastmaster? I didn't.
If he.
I'm not sure. Let's just say no on that because I'm not sure if I'm going to be in person. So I'll take general evaluator.
Okay.
Or I could do evaluation of a speech or anyone's doing a speech.
You want to evaluate Kathy's
Kathy's
speech?
doing a speech.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Good. Because she doesn't like my evaluations.
Oh,
Oh, no.
That's all I heard today. That's all I heard.
no.
I know. I appreciate the fee. I'm just being honored. Actually, the evaluation form actually goes to the worst very last. So I flip it. If you were to follow the form online, it's excelled out. You may want to work on it to challenge yourself. Like, I'd rather not give the bad news last, but I appreciate that.
And that perspective that it's the worst isn't.
Right, it's challenge.
It's what's the challenge. The biggest challenge, or what I recommend based on, it's to challenge yourself. You might. It's a better perspective than.
Better way to look at it. Yeah. Okay, no, that's good.
You can
I
slack on the
appreciate
other
it.
two, but don't slack on the third.
I could probably be a Toastmaster. I can do that. I think I'll be here. Oh, and I guess we're talking about doing an open house. That's news, right?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Did we want to stop recording?
Oh, yeah.
It looks
Stop.
like on March 12th, tentative open house. So that works for everybody. I don't know if it's in the group text chain or what, but